Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you have a graduate that you give money to this year, I'm going to share with you this cute little gnome money holder. You just take his hat off, put the money inside, put his hat back on. This makes a great graduation gift. If you want to know how to make this little guy, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Okay, for this one, I'm going to use a craft tube that measures 4 inches by 1 3/4 inches in diameter. And I'm going to go ahead and take some little nuts just to give it some balance. And I'm just going to put 4 of them in there. You really could get by with just maybe 2 of these. It didn't really have much weight once I got it done. But I'm just making sure that I do have it a little bit balanced, and that's why I'm putting these little nuts. These are just 5/16 inch nuts that you get at any hardware store. Next, I'm just going to take some black felt, and I'm going to draw a circle around the base. Now, you want to make sure that you come about a 1/2 inch from the edge of that circle and cut that into a circle. Then we're going to put slits all the way up to that little circle line, all the way around, and that's what's going to attach it to our base. Okay, next we're just going to take the little tabs and we're just going to glue them to the base of the tube, just all the way around. This is what's going to hold the money in when you actually put it in there. Okay, next I'm going to take a 6.5 by 4 inch piece of felt, and I'm just going to cover up this tube. Now you can use any size tube that you want to. Just cut it so it goes all the way around it. And then we're going to go ahead and glue in the top part as well. Whatever size tube you use, just add 1 inch for the hems and then go around the entire thing and then go halfway around again, and that's how wide you're going to make your fabric. So mine's going to be 4 inches by 10 inches. And I'm just going to hem up 2 of the long ends on this, and that's going to be for the top and the bottom. Okay, next flip it over and with facing sides together and just glue down the back. This will give it a nice finished out edge once we get it done. Okay, then go ahead and let that dry real well, and then we are going to turn it right side out. And then go ahead and put it right back over the top of your tube, kind of smooth everything out real good. And we're going to add our pleats as we go. So starting in the back, you're going to put your first dot and then pull it even and go ahead and put your dot in the middle. And then we're going to go to the sides and do the same thing. We're just going to start drawing this in sections. Just go ahead and pull that one, the side in, and the opposite side in. And we're just going to start moving each one of those little sections into the tube. And this will be an easy way to gather it without having to sew it. Next, I'm just going to take about a 1/4 inch piece of felt, and I'm just going to go trim it out around the top. And then I'm going to trim it over to the top part edge of the tube too, so you don't necessarily see the top part of the tube. And this will help hold it together really well too when they're taking the hat on and off. It just kind of protects it a little bit. Okay, then I'm just going to glue around the top edge of the tube, and I'm just going to fold this right over the top of it. Just go all the way around, just kind of make that sealed in good. Next, I'm going to take a thick piece of craft foam and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches by 4 inches for his hat. Next, we're going to cut the beard, and we're going to cut it at 2 inches by 2 inches. And we're just going to cut around the back edge of the faux fur, and we're just going to go back up around in the U shape up to the other side, and then clean any excess off. And then we're just going to glue the beard right to the top edge and the front. Make sure you go on the front. Next, I'm going to measure for my hat. I'm just going to go all the way around a little bit loosely on this, and I'm going to add a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put mine at 8.5 inches. So whatever you get, you need to add about 3/4 inches. That measures 7 3/4. So I'm going to cut my chipboard at 8.5 by 2.5. And then I am going to cut my felt, another piece of felt, at 1.5 by 8.5. I'm going to score my chipboard at 1 3/4 inches. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold up the edge. You're going to probably about to have a 1/2 inch overhang on that. And then just bend it around there and you're just going to glue that in. So about a 1/2 inch overhang. Okay, then we're going to take some scissors and we're going to start cutting up some slits. So we're going to come up from the bottom of the edge where the short end is, and we're just going to cut about 1/2 inch slits all the way around because that's what's going to make it attach to our hat. And then go ahead and start folding all your little slits right inside there. Just make them in there where they're flush, they're flat. Because we're going to glue this part to the hat. Just make sure it's flat. And that's how that's going to go, like that. So just make sure that you got some of the tabs, if they're not overlapping, you want to make sure that they overlap good before you start gluing it down. Yeah, just glue the ones that are overlapping down and then go ahead and glue the whole entire thing and then just turn it upside down and glue it in the center. And just hold it there for a little bit till you make sure it completely dries. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of my hat. I'm painting it black because I just want it to be a little bit richer looking. And then I'm coming back in with a brayer and braying it. And that way it smooths it out and makes it a lot nicer. You don't see any lines from the brush on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my fabric. And this is an 8.5 by 1 3/4 inch piece of felt. And I'm just going to wrap it right around. And make sure that you're ending in the back where your seam was for your cardboard. And just kind of make sure that you are getting all the way to the top and you're smoothing it out because you don't want to see any gap at the top where the cardboard is. Just kind of stretch it out there a little bit. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and poke a hole right in the center of the hat, and I'm going to take a little black brad, stick it right through the center of it, and then I'm going to attach a tassel. And I got this tassel on Amazon. And then I'm just going to open my brads up underneath just to keep it in place. Okay, next I'm cutting them down about a 1/2 inch from the top edge, and I'm going to go ahead and put my little nose. And this is just a 15 millimeter half bead. Next I'm just going to take a 1.5 inch piece of paper by 11 inch, and I'm just going to roll it up to make a diploma. And just kind of roll it tight. And then I'm just going to tie a rubber band around it, and then I'm going to tie a ribbon on it. And then I'm going to attach 2 beads to it to make it look like he has little hands that are holding on to it. Okay, I'm just going to attach 1 bead at the top edge on the one side of the diploma and on the other side down at the bottom. And then I'm just going to glue it onto his beard at a diagonal. Then I'm going to take some money and I'm just going to roll it up in little rolls, and I'm just going to stick it right in the middle. And that's pretty much it. This is a pretty easy little project. Okay, this was a super easy project. Any graduate would love to get this. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like. If you want to see future videos, be sure and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.